9 and 10. And number 9, we're going to write an equation for each translation. So cosine x is our parent function, and then we are going to represent 7.5 units to the right, which is a phase shift. So we're going to use h is equal to 7.5. And write out our equation, y equals cosine. Since it's a phase shift, we're going to group it together with the x minus 7.5. So we're using the general form of a trig function. So y equals a cosine x minus h, and then plus k would be anything up and down. Now we're going to use a sine function. So y is equal to 3 units to the left. That means my h is going to be -3. So left -3, 1.5 units down, that's going to be my k, which is -1.5. There we go. So we're going to have a sine, and my phase shift is going to group together with my x, so it's going to be x plus 3. That represents the left, even though I'm putting plus, it's x minus a -3, which shifts me to the left. And then I have a minus 1.5. There's my shift down. So there's my two equations with the translations that were verbally given to me. That's what they would look like in those equations. And lastly, on to number 10. Number 10, you're going to need your unit circle. And when we're taking our quiz tomorrow, you're going to want your unit circle handy to find these sine and cosine, and then secants and cosecants. So evaluate each expression, write your answer in exact form. If the expression is undefined, write undefined. So we're first going to find the sine of 30. So on our unit circle, we are just going to look for where 30 degrees is, which is pi over 6 right here, and sine relates to the y coordinate. So sine of 30 is simply just the y coordinate, 1/2. Secant relates to the reciprocal of the cosine, so it's 1 over x. So if I'm looking for the secant of 270, I'm going to go down to 270 degrees, find the x coordinate. So secant of 270, sorry, this thing's flopping around, is going to be 1 over 0. But what happens when we divide by 0? You get undefined. So that one is our undefined answer. So we can't divide by 0. That makes undefined. Lastly, we have tangent of -60. So tangent of -60, we're going to go in the clockwise direction, 60 degrees, which brings me down to this 300, 5 pi over 3. And tangent is your y coordinate divided by your x coordinate. So let me write that right here. Just a reminder, cotangent is your x coordinate divided by your y coordinate. So we find our y coordinate at that position. Our y coordinate is -√3 over 2. And then we're dividing that by the x coordinate, which is 1/2. Complex fraction, it's basically just a division of fractions. We're going to take -√3 over 2 times 2 over 1. Your 2's are going to cancel, and you're just going to get -√3. So there would be my tangent. So in each case, you want your unit circle handy. I also have copies of it on Schoology, so if you need to, you can open up a new tab and have a picture of it. It would be in the section 13.3 folder and the 13.2 folder if you want access to that unit circle, or if you have a printer, you can print that out.